My name is Sherelle Hall. I am presently homeless, and I want the world to know why. The justice system that was created to protect us and sanction laws against people who violate them is the same justice system that has failed me, violated my due process and other rights, and in my case, professionals with high authority are engaging in white-collar crime. The matter I'm about to share with you is that of a short-duration marriage where my ex-spouse, Colin Orrin Clark, was never under deed, has never made mortgage payments or pay any bills, failed to provide any documents, did not make a homemaker claim, did not contribute to increase the value of this home, resided sporadically at this home, and has not resided at this home since 2003. The divorce proceeding was filed in 2008, and the marriage was dissolved in 2013. However, I was recently displaced from a home I have owned since 1999 in an unlawful and forceful manner, placing me in fear of personal violence by unlawful means. There's been deliberate neglect with intention to harm my companion dogs by denying said animals right to their most basic requirements of food, water, shelter, etc. I have a mortgage loan with Pioneer Bank solely in my name to secure this property. However, the bank refuses to get involved and has informed me that the house belongs to me and not the bank. I believe it is unfair for me to continue to pay mortgage for a home that I cannot enjoy. Meanwhile, the court is preventing me from shutting off utilities still being billed in my name, obtaining equipment belonging to Spectrum and other companies, retrieving personal and other items, including my deceased companion remains and my deceased father's pictures that are not under court order, that are not marital property, and that were not abandoned. You may be wondering how it got this far. I have known impediments that substantially limits one or more major life activities, has a record of such impairment, and is regarded as having such impairment. Because of this, and because my ex-spouse manages a strip club and has strong political ties with the 54th governor of New York, Elliot Lawrence Spitzer, I have been treated less favorably, illegally evicted from my home of 18 years, and separated from my companion and family. It all begun in 2012. I was represented by attorney Louis R. Neary at a hearing held before Honorable Roger D. McDonough. As a result, there are 3 divorce decrees. The first was deliberately not entered into the county clerk's office. The second is an amended judgment filed on May 31st, 2013. And the third is unsigned. all three judgments abandoned the responsibility of my ex-spouse, Mr. Clark, paying half of the mortgage and half of the homeowner's insurance, and settling my ex-spouse's debt owed to the IRS and provided to the court. The court follows the amended judgment. This decree appointed Realtor Stephen J. Swarbadella as the listing agent, ordered my home listed for sale within 30 days from service of said judgment, ordered the listing price be reduced by $5,000 every 60 days, and omitted a $33,000 credit that attorney Louis Neary assured me would specifically be entered in the decree. However, the court refuses to sell my home according to the same decree the court expects me to follow that omitted my $33,000 credit. Accordingly, there is no value left to be divided because the home has been on the market since 2013. Judge McDonough has been biased to me throughout this matter, and even stated to me on record in open court that said judge does not take anything I say at face value. I have filed matters with the court since May 2017 to no avail. Instead, the court appointed attorney Roy K. Nessler to represent me only on the complaint claim brought by my ex-spouse on August 25, 2017. It appears with clarity that the white-collar crimes got worse on August 30th, 2017, when I went to former attorney Nestler's office to sign what I understood was supposed to be a proposal and property disclosure statement to sell my home as agreed on August 25th, 2017. Surprisingly, the signing escalated to require me signing closing documents transferring my property to a proposed buyer. I was instructed to sign a transfer document, and I complied. When I inquired further, Attorney Nessler became aggressive, raised his voice at me, took advantage of my disabilities, placed me in a vulnerable position, stating, "Sign the damn document, Sherelle," commanded that I leave his office, and prevented me from signing documents that were not made privy to me. I complained to Judge McDonough on the same day, requested that Attorney Nessler be dismissed from representing me, and what happened next was shocking. Judge McDonough prematurely awarded my home to my ex-spouse, and on the same day, Judge McDonough entered an order of eviction to evict me. And on the same day, Judge McDonough placed me on notice that the matter was closed and any correspondence with the court must be through the same attorney I complained of. I have done everything the court has asked me to do and will continue to do so within reason. Hence, the illegal eviction took place on September 26, 2017. Despite the lockout, my ex-spouse attorney, Lawrence A. Kirsch, called himself given permission on the same day for everyone who resided in this home to remain there and continue the moving process. I had a valid order of protection against my ex-spouse and became suspicious. I began sleeping in my car at an area I considered safe, and I have been residing at a safe house for the last 90 days. The moving process had already begun, but because my home is a 4-story building, many items remain at this property that I am prohibited from entering. Not surprising, on October 12, 2017, while conducting business at Citizens Bank, my ex-spouse's attorney, Lawrence Kirsch, did approach me sexually, rubbed my back, made statements that annoyed and alarmed me, but the Albany Police Department is refusing to write a report to reflect what actually happened, and are refusing to bring Attorney Kirsch to justice. Citizens Bank is also refusing to release the video that would show Attorney Lawrence A. Kirsch did violate my rights. The bank's excuse is that Citizens Bank can only release the information to the police. As though I had not suffered enough, on October 26, 2017, my ex-spouse, Mr. Clark, did violate a valid order of protection granted in family court by Honorable Richard Rivera. When Mr. Clark intentionally summoned the Albany Police Department, told them that he owned my home, and 3 people were preventing him from entering his home. The Albany Police Department gave my ex-spouse, Mr. Clark, permission to cut locks off the doors, perform an illegal eviction, left the home unsecured, and on November 16, 2017, there was a break-in. The Department of General Service secured the home and are billing me for securing the property. The APD, the Albany Police Department, now joined in with the white-collar crime, scheming, and are knowingly and deliberately refusing to release reports so that I can prove my claim. On November 28, 2017, it was family court Judge Richard Rivera's turn to join in with his collaborators and dismiss an order of protection I had against my ex-spouse, Mr. Clark. Judge Richard Rivera ruled that Mr. Clark had all rights to stalk and harass me at this house because the home belonged to Mr. Clark. I have filed an application since November 9, 2017 to obtain personal and real property at this address. To no avail. Judge McDonough has since recused himself from this case, and the case is now before Honorable Christina L. Reba. Should I expect fairness? Judge Reba, like Judge McDonough, has refused to hear motions filed by me, and the few motions heard by the court resulted in denials. Upon information and belief, Judge Reba has neglectfully or willfully failed to scrutinize this case. As Judge Reba's action shows that Judge Reba is unfamiliar with this case, is that of mere speculation, portrays that Judge Reba has now collaborated with Judge McDonough in white-collar crime, and Judge Reba is biased towards me. Judge Reba has refused to inform me why I was unlawfully evicted, and instead appointed Jacqueline R. Conti possession to unlawfully sell my home. Before we can move forward, the court needs to establish who owns this home and how I will be reimbursed for unnecessary expenses and damages. On November 30th, 2017, Judge Reba knowingly give Jasper Lee Mills III, Esquire, an untimely order to show cause to serve me. Jasper Mills has since admitted such and admitted that he did not fill out an affidavit of service. Although Jasper Mills attended Albany Law School, has been licensed since 2007, and is the chief counsel for the Albany County Sheriff's Department. Judge Reba moved forward and held a hearing on December 7, 2017, in yet another frivolous complaint brought by my ex-spouse for alleged contempt and falsely accusing me of breaking and entering the same home my ex-spouse's attorney Kirsch give permission for everyone to remain and continue the move-in process. Judge Reba attempted to entrap me, and I had to remind Judge Reba that it was unclear to me why the court brought contempt charges and other charges against me for allegedly refusing to sell a home that both Judge McDonough and Judge Rivera declared belonged to Mr. Clark. What's appalling is that the judges, attorneys, police department, banks, others have teamed up against me and are involved in white-collar crimes. I have been subjected to sidebar conferences, obstruction of justice, prevented from filing applications, and especially from members of the Sheriff Department who harass me, monitor me by surveillance, follow me around, etc. every time I go to the Supreme Court to conduct business. The following people have wronged me: Supreme Court Judge Honorable Roger D. McDonough, Honorable Christina L. Reba, Family Court Honorable Richard Rivera, Attorney Lawrence Kirsch, Attorney Louis R. Neary, Attorney Roy K. Nessler, Stephen J. Swarbadella, Albany Police Department, Internal Affairs, Animal Control, the Commander, the Police Chief, the Sheriff Department, Jasper Lee Mills, Esquire, Sheriff Sergeant Henry, Sheriff Inspector Roy, Sheriff Officer Flynn, Sheriff Officer Dennis, Citizens Bank, others, and my ex-spouse Colin Orrin Clark. I have proof of how I have been taken advantage of. I'm afraid for my life, but I'm willing to show videos and or play audio and or produce witnesses so that the world can see the injustice within the justice system. I thank you kindly for taking your time to listen to me, and have a blessed day.